Society is not perfect, and it never will be, but it can be better, and we should all be working towards that. It starts with people brave enough to have the conversations that need to be had, to engage in the sort of difficult, confronting, uncomfortable discussions that are needed to unravel some of the complex issues holding us back. If we are brutally honest with ourselves, accusations of systemic, structural and casual racism within public institutions and the explanation offered for these shouldn't come as a huge surprise to us. This is not to say that we ought to condone racist thought or behaviour or accept discrimination, or that we should continue to ignore the invisible dominance of structural whiteness. Far from it. But our first step needs to be to admit that this is our reality and that we need to do something about it.
COVID-19 showed us that all of these things that we thought of as politically, that is structurally impossible for so long, like flexible working arrangements for single parents or people with disabilities, like raising benefits for lower socioeconomic New Zealanders, like providing immediate emergency housing for rough sleeping whānau. All that stuff that we were told was impossible happened virtually overnight. And that is what happens when values are put into the spotlight and when everything, those variables change, the wind, if you will. So I guess the challenge to all of you is, how do you want to engage with those different variables? How do you want to engage with culture? What conversations are you comfortable having? And if I may put it out there as well, conscious of the fact that I'm a politician, I'm aware that I sit at a certain place on the spectrum. And for anybody who is interested in challenging me, I dare you.
Look, poverty doesn't work. It doesn't work for anybody, it doesn't work for our nation. It's hard to learn when you're hungry and you have no housing and you have no guarantee that where you're going to be living, and mum and dad are stressed. You know, you can build all these wonderful schools, you can build all these wonderful policies, but we've really just got to attack the program as close to the point in the market, which is with the communities.
The weightless economy. I mean, certainly, there's been lots of conversations around that sort of transformation for Aotearoa, and its connection to sort of us as a sort of a creative engine, and we're seen around the world as a creative engine. As we're able to continue to invest in that, it means that we're putting out products into the market that don't need to be shipped. They're digital, they're, again, weightless, and they're centered on creativity. And I think the idea is focusing on training, getting people into schools, and getting students excited around a wide variety of different sort of opportunities and careers that, again, will transform the New Zealand economy in the future.
To thrive in the environment we are going to be in going forward, which is one of exponential change, businesses need to learn how to take risk. Because not taking risk is no longer the risk-free strategy, and it's an oxymoron because it doesn't come naturally.
You've got to believe in a better future, but from every major crisis there has been these wonderful new innovations, and that's the exciting thing for innovators and entrepreneurs, is we're not going to go after the mainstream, because innovation doesn't happen in the mainstream, and it happens in their blind spot.
We have a tendency to look back at history and to kind of go, oh, that one person did civil rights or suffrage or gay rights or whatever else because they gave the real great speech or they were leading the march or whatever else. It's completely untrue. It was hundreds of thousands of normal people who were engaged and mobilised to achieve that. That starts with the process of community building, and that's what I think leadership actually is. Having a group of people who have those shared values and how they're constantly reinforced or challenged by having that hui, you end up with a community that you are able to have other speakers who can step forward when you need a break, and you have a community that will support you and hold you when you fall back, but also when you're engaged in that risk that we've spoken to a lot today. You know that you're not doing it alone, and you can do it in solidarity with others, which interestingly actually reduces the risk if all of those people are taking it on their shoulders.
It is actually us. What have we heard so much in the last year? He waka eke noa, so that we are all on this waka together, but it's also a waka that everyone should be able to take on board.